Kick some rock all night.
Right, I decided today to go and do an update video for everybody. Big update for the channel. Well, I don't know about big, but it's a big-ish update. After this video, or after, during the weekend streams, there will be a bit of a change to some of the footages you'll see through webcam wise, and probably a little bit more of a brighter feel to it. I have now invested in buying a ring light, so the ring light is in front of the camera projecting at me, so I look a bit more white, shall I say. But I am working a few things out, so hopefully all goes well. But yeah, just waiting on the webcam to come or collect it. I'm getting a new webcam. As you can see, look how bad it is. It keeps coming up with broken lines, and it keeps deactivating, it keeps freezing, it keeps not looking so great. So I put in for a 1080p proper full HD camera instead of this 720. I believe this one is not doing very well. It's fallen a couple of times, and as you can see, it doesn't look that good. So I want to make sure that the mic, the new light, goes along with the webcam as well. So that's why I ordered a new webcam to go along with all this new updated stuff, and hopefully it all goes well. PS4 streams will be very dull because it's got the PlayStation 4 camera to run through. There's nothing much I can do about that. But it is what it is. But right now, for more other updates, I am very disappointed in what's happened recently with the voiceover site I went on to get for voiceover jobs, to a point where it's pissed me off that they say you have to pay to apply for jobs on there, and it's like, well, whoa, you're applying for jobs to make money, not to give money out. So it's a bit stupid because it's telling me that I have to pay to get a job. That'd be like me paying the DWP to look for jobs for me. It'd be like me paying Indeed to look for jobs for me, or paying Indeed for me to look at jobs to apply for. It's free. It should be all free. So unless anybody knows any voiceover artists or any places that need some voiceover work done, that can be done from home. Any paid voiceover stuff, let me know in the comment section below. I'm open and available for any voiceover stuff that's available for short animation films, advertisements, audiobooks, and various things I can, I even do some for friends. If they can afford to pay me, that's great, but if not, I don't mind for friends for free. But Tess McFarlane, if you're doing more Family Guy, I'm willing to do some voices. I can give you some samples. I can, if you give me a script, I'll do some really good voices and send them over. Yeah. Anybody that knows anybody that needs voiceovers, narrators, or anything, please let me know, and share them this, that I am able to do voiceover stuff from home. I can do a really good job. I should really write down my updates before doing updates, but anyway, that's that out of the way. So yeah, sadly no voiceover jobs, but I'm going to continue doing voiceovers anyway, and audiobooks to see if anything comes out of that. It seems sadly that everything's coming to just being back to YouTube again, because no one wants to support me on Patreon. But I'm going to try and figure that out, work it out as what I can. And it seems that everything's got to be paid for this day and age before you even get a chance to do anything. So it looks like I'm going to have to suffer in a job, which means that the YouTube channel will even more suffer, because I'm going to have no time for YouTube because I can't stay on benefits any longer. I can't stay on universal credit. It's crap, and still having the stress of actually getting sanctioned for something so stupid. I'd rather not go through that anymore. This is why I was hoping YouTube would pay off so I could get paid on YouTube, but that doesn't seem that's going to be a thing that's going to happen. So I'm more having to bite the bullet and take a crappy 9 to 5 job, just to get somewhere, get away from DWP, because the benefit situation is just going to get tighter and tighter, and the more immigrants they move in this country, the more people that are sitting around taking benefits, not going to work. It's going to be more cuts to people who are trying to look for work, which always been me and my surname. It's like they're going to cut it, so I rather try and avoid that stress. I don't want to be like every month stressing out thinking, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I'm going to get sanctioned for doing nothing, because they don't have time to wait for me to wait for a job opportunity to come up. They're not interested that I'm waiting for YouTube to blow up. They're not interested in me putting out my voiceover work. They're not interested in me, setting things up. They're not even interested that my YouTube channel is small and it takes time to build. They don't care about that. They want me to go out and work when clearly mentally I can't, and physically with my knee issues I can't, but they don't care about that. So just to prove a point, just do it. And it's no point saying I've got this issue, I've got that issue. I want to make this a job I want to do, but it's not going to work because I haven't got the finance to buy a better computer. I ain't got the finance to have beautiful green screens. I haven't got the finance to have the technology to do something that looks spectacular to the higher standards of YouTube. I haven't got the support network on YouTube to make it big enough. I mean, yeah, I'm thankful for the support I've got, but to YouTube that's fuck all. They don't care about that. They just think of numbers, and they think, oh, if you're not making enough numbers, we're not going to share your stuff, we're not going to promote your shit, and it's a struggle. But it's one of them. I am trying to make it work, but with having to work, it's going to make it 10 times difficulter because I'm not going to have time for this. And yeah, DWP, the government, don't give a shit because it's something you love to do, and they don't care about what you love to do. They just want you, off the scheme. So they get a big bonus for getting people into work that they don't want to be in, or physically, mentally they can't be in, but they just don't care as long as they get someone, off the benefits and into work, and as long as they've done all that they can to put them into work. It's a thing like that. But anyway, off to negativity. Let me just move that out of the way because I've got to go close curtain because the bloody sunlight's doing my nut in. Alright. Okay, well, onto something else I'm thinking of trying to do, but it probably just costs to do the Zoom call stuff, unless there's other ways of doing it for free, probably Steam. But I'm thinking, and if WolfenTrek is available, and if he is up to it, willing for a collab. If he has any think for Gary's mod, so I can do voiceover stuff, or more interesting for that. But I want to try and look into this thing that has been quite big recently, and that's podcasting. I want to try and make the conversation gaming talk away from the old conversation gaming talk stuff. I wanted to make it into, the podcast style. I want to make it the conversation gaming talk podcast, where me and WolfenTrek will be talking in a podcast way on video games in general. And each episode of the podcast, we were thinking we'll discuss new and old games and different stuff. So, like, first episode I want to work on the podcast is remakes. What was our favourite remakes? What remakes we enjoyed that came out? What remakes that we think should come out? And and then talk about new games that are coming out, what interests us, look at information, what we can find on them, and have a conversation about it, as well as conversation on our favourite video game series that we like, as well as ones that we don't like, and see how far it goes. I mean, if we can get special guests on, that would be even great, but I'm highly doubting that. But it would be great. I mean, if anybody has connections through Zoom or Steam, I think there's a video call through Steam, I believe, we can try something like that. But I'll reach out to WolfenTrek once I've done this video. I have an idea if we can do podcasting, if he's available, what times he's available, so we can do sort of things like this to have it recorded. I don't know how we will do it as a live stream. I don't think it will work as a live stream, but surely we can record it and see, that if the Gaming Bro Studios can have a podcast series going, that could be a thing, because that's pretty big right now, podcasts. We can also do it not only about gaming, we can also do it about, films and TV series we enjoy, ways of talking about Star Trek and sticking it to CBS. But, and because the problem, I know it's going to be like conversation gaming talk, so we'll be talking about gaming. So maybe we could just change it to the Game Bro Studios podcast, and that we can talk about anything. So, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, it would be a bit boring me doing a podcast by myself, so maybe something we, WolfenTrek can look into and try and start doing that. And if we can get hold of GC Chris, we'll try and do podcasts. I don't know if we'll end up doing it through Zoom because you have to pay for it to make it longer. But we'll find ways of having, video talks like this. Whether we can do it through Steam or not, that'll be fun, or whatever way we can do webcam talk, and and have it captured through Streamlabs OBS to record it, and and see how it goes. I mean, it'll be cool to see how it will work, all three of us making it work, and have special guests, Detective Squirrel, Muscle Sounds. You're more than welcome to, if we can figure out how to link it all up and see if we can work out on doing a podcast series where we can talk about anything from gaming to film and TV series, and see if that will boost the channel a bit more, mixing up with all the gaming stuff we do, the live streams on gaming, and see if that works. But it's now about just defining time. Whilst I'm free at this time, before I get any chance of any jobs, let's see if we can get it set, and if I can, even in some sort of part-time work, maybe we can work around times to get this going and see if we can get something started and see if it works or not, and get the rocket fuel, boost it up, and see if we can get the Game Bro Studios onto podcasts and stuff, and try and make it a bit more bigger and interesting instead of just watching gaming stuff, gaming streams, or let's tries. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, sadly, I mean, conversation gaming talk was going to be a thing to continue, but then I'm thinking, well, if we're just stuck to gaming, it's just going to be very short, and I don't want to keep up to date with all the new games all the time, and that most of them are not interesting to me. But yeah, if you want to pick up a game and say, oh, this new one that looks interesting, let's talk about it, and be like, yeah, okay, we can, and I don't want to be just stuck to gaming because I do love movies and TV series, so we can mix it up a bit, talk about retro gaming, classic games, new modern games, new games, future releases, and films, new films, classic films, OG film, anything, retro films, any genre, any TV series, from comedy, children's, anything, talking about our fond memories of them, and I mean, it'd be interesting with GC Chris and I, with one of the film ones, where we'll talk about the film Robbery, where we literally played out the scenes from that. That's how it got us into acting. Sadly, no money to go and do all this stuff, but but yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how it works, and we could throw music in there if we want. Due to copyright, we won't be able to play any music, but we can use Hungry Touch and Vengeance music, because thanks to Paul Rogers and Sean Rogers for giving me the rights to be able to play their song. As they say, free publicity, share it out to everybody that I know, and people will hear it and go, ooh, interesting. And they'll always click on the link to watch the video to give, to listen to their songs and find out ways more of ordering the CD or the vinyl record, get them sales in there. but yeah, I mean, that's the good thing. It's just changing the name up and doing a podcast where we can just freely express our feelings on good and bad stuff, and from TV series, movies, games, music, what kind of music we like, what interests in music we like, and certain ones, and talk about them. We don't have to basically play the music. If it's copyright, we won't, but we can just say, oh, this is the one we like. If you want to check it out, just search on Spotify or YouTube and just give out advertisements for free without even having to be sponsored. And maybe sometime we'll get sponsored. Who knows? I can't even drink that way. I don't know much, but I know my mind wants to be open to a lot of things to try and make this successful, and I'm not going to go too far. I'm not going to go and do my OnlyFans, because that would be a bit stupid. I'm not that 100% confident of stripping naked to make money. I mean, no, that wouldn't work. Or, no, masturbating over webcam? No, thank you. I'm an entertainer, not a porn star. In my former life, I may have been, but no, I wasn't. I'm not that good looking for that sort of shit. But no, I mean, it's just one of them. I want to try and keep the channel relevant, keep the channel going, making new stuff, new content, to make it a reason why for, being called the Game Bro Studios, is that we do more than just gaming. And I want to try and showcase that more, because right now it looks like a gaming channel. So I just want to emphasize that we're more than a gaming channel. We're a small community based around 3 members of the family that are, giving ideas, working on content and helping out. And one friend who sadly has gone out of gaming a bit, but hopefully introducing him back into something, a nice little setting like this, where we talk about our passion on gaming and TV series and changing it up all the time. So we're not always talking about gaming, and that we can just respark things again. Be like, oh, my passion for gaming is back. That's what I'm hoping for as well. But at the same time, it's like, there is a day probably where I will feel the same. Like, oh, I give up on gaming. I don't want to game anymore. But that's why I try and mix it up a bit, so we're not having to worry about the burning out and going, oh, I give up on gaming. So this is another big push for me to just get my ass into gear and research how to do podcasts and get people involved and make their channels look good as well, advertising their channels and collabing. I mean, a lot of people are interested in collabs, so yeah, that sounds like a good thing to try and go forward with. I really want to try and work this out, and if we can have special guests appearing on our podcast stuff, yeah, that will make it more interesting, and we'll have a good chat on different things. So the more all our channels are promoting each other and we're involved in each other's videos, it's instead of being in a chat on streams where we can actually just sit down, have a microphone set up, a webcam set up, and just have a good chat about what we enjoy from gaming, movies, TV series, music, and have a good laugh. It's just more how I'm going to schedule when these videos go up for them. That's my problem, where I'm very good at time management, where with YouTube, the videos go up when the bloody hell they want to go up, as well as finding time to be here to edit the videos and be there to upload it is another thing. I mean, I could say, oh, they'll be uploaded 7 p.m. Monday, and guarantee they never will. But normally, it's the same with live streams. I say, oh, I'll be live at 6 o'clock. And it's normally 1/2 past by the time I am live or whatever. Even though I'm very good with time management, but things happen that makes it more difficult to stick to time management. Like, oh, I've got to go and do this, or I've been called to do this, or I have to make food, or I'm waiting for someone to arrive to drop something off, or oh, I can't do something in the morning because I've been called into work or something like that. It's just something, it's the nature of the beast that happens. But when there is free time, I try and generally bank a lot of pre-recording in one go, and yeah, it tires me out. But at least then, if I can't do something, at least I can just click, upload, and it will go up when it goes up, and they're there just in case. That's why I never date any of my videos, because I never know when they go up. I do everything myself. I don't have the money to pay for an editor. I don't want an editor because I love doing everything myself. I have control over what I want to do in some way. Because YouTube is a defining moment of saying, no, I don't want this, or you got copyright shit on your thing, we don't want it, and we'll take it down. So that sort of thing that I haven't got the control over, but the content I try and put out, I have the control of what I want to record, how I want to edit it. But your input as a community that watches these videos can help. Oh, you can put these little times, this transition or something to make it look a bit more professional. Add some green screen stuff. Add some little bits of overlays, which I'm fine with. Just don't take the piss and just go, oh, your quality's shit. I mean, then that's just, I'm going to ignore it anyway. Because, when I hear feedback from a lot of my supporters that are full supporters, they say, oh, this is good, but can we have, can you do this? Can you add this little thing in, or cut this bit out to make it a bit more interesting? And 9 times out of 10, yeah, I'm like, Okay, yeah, because that's constructive criticism, as they call it, where it's not a bad thing, but it's to make it look good, sort of thing. Um, Whereas some people just say, "Oh, your content's shit," you shouldn't be on here. That's just bullying in a sense that you don't need. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I think the next stage for the Game Bro Studios is podcasting. I think that's what we're gonna go ahead with next. Whether we can work time where it's just me and WolfenTrek, or me and GC Chris, me GC Chris and WolfenTrek, me GC Chris, WolfenTrek and Soul Sams, or WolfenTrek me Soul Sams, or whatever. We're all different days in work, so it's this fine-tuning times to get things recorded. I mean, Sunday's pretty much easy for having everybody involved to do recording before I go live streaming. So long as we have an hour book to sit down, right, discuss what we're going to do, record it, and then it's out there. It's ready to be edited once it's all done. And if anybody's got any different time slots that they can't do Sundays, which I understand some people don't do Sundays, some work Sundays, so it's one of them. But yeah, we'll just fine tune what we can. But right now, I'm planning to book an hour on a Sunday, obviously after lunch, 2 till 3 o'clock. Let's make that sensible time, so it gives time for everybody to be awake, have something to eat, prepare for it, and then we'll roll from there. I see how it goes, and if we can, work ways round. I'll be talking to GC Chris tomorrow about it. See what we can think about. I'll after this video is done, I'll be talking to WolfenTrek and see if he's interested. And we'll see if Soul Sam's or Detective Squirrel on here is interested, and we can see what we can come up with and move to the next step. I mean, yeah, I'm a bit behind, but podcasting's blowing up, and I think it's about time I stopped. Well, not stopped, but more focus on the podcasting as well, to get something out of it as well as the gaming stuff. But I think it's more time now just to get onto the podcasting hype train and see how that goes for the channel. I mean, yeah, it might hurt a lot of people because they love gaming, but at the same time, it might not. I mean, it might be more interesting because we have people on here talking to each other about their passion for gaming, their passions for TV series, their movies, the music they like, and there'll be different subjects each time, and it'll be just us to sit back and chill for a bit and just be like, fuck playing video games for a bit, let's talk about them, let's have a good conversation, let's have a podcast where we talk about, oh yeah, I like this game, no, I didn't like that game, okay, what's your opinion on that, and have a good discussion and have it in video talk and all that, and move it forward and see how it goes. And then if we can find out a ways of actually getting the podcast paid for, that'd be even great. But podcasting is going to be on the YouTube channel anyway, but if we can find a way of getting the podcast out to whatever the podcasting thing is, and if we get paid on that, that'd be even great. But then I've got to split the money between us creators to work on it, because it's not just my idea, but you'll all be contributing to it. So I'll be having to split the money between me, WolfenTrek, GC Chris, and Soul Sam, Detective Squirrel. So it's one of them, because we're going to be the main ones on here, but any special guests, I don't know how that will work, because I won't be able to afford to pay ourselves. But you're getting the content for free on YouTube anyway. But we are planning to see how it would work if we get some paid for it. But I think it's probably a good idea to showcase on YouTube and have the Game Bro Studios be shown more than just gaming. And yeah, my arm's still hurting. I've been fully vaccinated, by the way. I had my second COVID shot, and yeah, my arm hurts more this time. But anyway, so they're them updates. Podcast is a way to go. What I'm planning to do. Try and book hour slots. 1 hour slots to see if we can, make it happen. Get some podcasting done. Obviously, don't worry. Live streams will still commence every Sunday at 6 p.m. Roughly around that time. I'm never 100% on at 6 p.m. But other than that, that's that out of the way. For the gaming side of things, what games I'm playing next. Right now, I'm planning just to finish off Resident Evil Village with beating it for a third time, and then I'm going to do a PB run with just the Magnum. Finish off a few little challenges that are on there, try and work out a few things, and then obviously try and grind, which you won't see on stream, but grind to get all the other weaponry and all that, and get them all unlimited and everything, so that when we next do something big on it, we'll be doing a random weapons run. And that's been basically I'll write every weapon down and then pick it out of the hat or whatever and see what we can get out of that and whatever is from there. But other things I'm planning to do is live streams. I am going to do a few mod showcases on the Resident Evil mods that have been released. Also going back to probably doing some let's plays of the old classic Resident Evil games, and I'm going to be doing a Resident Evil marathon stream where I'll be playing one Resident Evil game per stream, from start to finish. So basically, Resident Evil 0. It's going to be weird, but I was going to do it chronological, well, as in story canon wise, but they didn't release 0 on Nintendo 64 as a demo. But there wasn't. So it's going to be going by dates of release. So OG Resident Evil 1, Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica X, Resident Evil 4, Survivor 2. And if you're wondering why there's one missed out, which is Survivor, I can't get it to work because there's a copyright protection on it, so it won't play on my PlayStation emulator disc or the ROM, so that's why that's missing. But give me a minute. But yeah, so one of them. I think it's going to be pushing the channel a bit more, going to podcasting. Hopefully, we can get that set up and that can go very well. But as of other things, let's tries are going to be, a thing now and again. Impression videos may return. And I am planning to think about if it's possible doing vlogs again, but it's going to be really difficult and time restraining. And with the fact of filming in public is a bit difficult, as well as the laws in public, you can't really film anybody without their permission, so it's a catch-22. But I'm also going to be doing some reaction videos. But I'm not sure how that will work because of if there's copyright on other people's videos. I'm not sure how that goes. But I'll be looking at some of them reaction videos, reacting to some stuff, trying not to laugh stuff, which some of them are pretty easy. yeah, and quite a lot of reviews and stuff. Mm, But most majority of the stuff, we'll be focusing into on the podcast. I'll keep bringing the podcast up a lot. Audiobooks, yeah, I'm trying to see how that's going to work. Right now, I'd rather my little base stuff to be picked up, paid for, because the amount of work I put into it and redoing it all again, it's been quite difficult. That's why I set up Patreon, so you can listen to all them on there, and maybe at some point, if you just want to hear us talk and don't want to see our faces on webcam, we'll put the audio version of the podcast on there. Trying to work out how it would to change it to the basic £1 a month supporting the channel. Well, support me on Patreon, covering stuff that can't be on YouTube or first seen before YouTube, and first time stuff before it's actually published to YouTube. Maybe have something that's like the £1 a month. You get the audio stories, the audio books, and a few other things. My mic seems to have crashed, so I don't know if I'm getting audio out of it. Okay, I don't know what happened in the previous video. Everything recorded fine. Just my Streamlabs OBS decided to crash, which happens. Yeah, none of the audio bar was going up and the numbers just froze at 2 minutes, so I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, but to sum up, yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be happening. But with the pound stuff, I just want to have my audiobook stuff and a few selected photos that are not on any social media that are edited. Will be exclusive for the pound stuff, and the £3 stuff for £3 a month is all that plus more photos and more early access content before it's released to YouTube. More beta stuff of some of the stories, so some of the mess ups, and very likely all my outtakes for my stuff will be on there before they go onto YouTube. I might not put outtakes on YouTube all the time, but if you want to see many of my outtakes on my videos I do, they'll be there. I'm also I'll be posting challenge ideas there, so if you want to interact, using the Patreon, it'll be between the £1 a month one and the £3 a month one section, so you can vote on what you want and give ideas on challenges for Resident Evil OG stuff and all that. I'm going to try and make it very interactive based, so you can vote on things and that you're paying monthly for. An exclusive list of top 10s go on there for horror films, top 10 musics, bands, top 10 movies, everything like that will be on there more than YouTube. They will eventually go onto YouTube. It's just for the privileged people that are supporting the channel through Patreon, would definitely have a chance to see it before it comes onto YouTube. Even months before it goes on YouTube, let's just say that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the new update stuff? Do you like the idea of me doing podcasts with a few of my friends? My friend, and whoever else would like to join. Do you think it's going to work? Would you like it? Or are you just going to wait till the first episode comes out and see how well it goes? But yeah, that's the updates and all that. As far as other games I'm going to play instead of Resident Evil, a lot of them, they're going to be all part of the Sunday live streams. I am planning for one of the returns of the classic gaming stuff, I'll be doing Echo the Dolphin and the Asterix and Secret Mission. I'm still working out how to screen capture Star Wars Knights of the Republic to see if I can stream it. If not, it's probably going to be a Let's Play video. I'm still trying to work on it. It's really bugging me to a point where I can't do nothing with it. I'm also re-going over some of my old archive footages and trying to edit them up to make them full screen and up to HD standard. Yeah, sadly some of them are going to have watermarks because that's how they were edited back then, but some of them haven't, so we should be okay. I'm working on quite a load of them recently, and I'm going to put them all up as re-upload, re-HD uploads, and I'm planning to do narration over some of them, just explaining stuff that's happening in these videos, and see how that would work. You know, give some insight of what happened during this challenge stuff, as well as filming locations and stuff, or the trailers that we did. I'm also looking at hopefully Friday to film the inside of the Gamers Challenge, or the old Gamers Challenge place, the Gaming Bro Studios headquarters. We're gonna film the inside passage, the kitchen, the hallway, and the upstairs, and the room that we used for the very first trailer and the second trailer we made. And I'll try my best. I'll do one that's just blank, just filming the entire locations, and I'll have one where it's put in the scenes. So, or unless you just want that, I will have a blank one set, but I'll upload to the full edited one. If you want to see the whole location or where it was filmed, then I can upload that separate. Just in case anybody's just interested in just the location where it was and not added it in the clips. But for those who are interested in the clips, that'll be the first one uploaded. I'm going to try my best to edit it to a point where you will see the locations where we film it inwards. I might try and do the full in-depth, depending on weather, of the location in full. From the first trailer where we filmed right at the bottom, the all inside part, and filtering in the footages that were from them trailers, and then obviously the second one will be from where it starts all the way down, trying to set the cameras in the locations where they were put to show around where they were, and then slicing the sections in, and obviously the inside bit. It's very time constrained because my grandfather doesn't like cameras in his face, so we gotta try and be very quick and subtle and trying to film the areas that we filmed for the trailers. Both of them actually were filmed in there. I'm gonna try and see if I can find the final trailer we ever done for the Gamers Challenge Ghost, which we never finished this pin challenge anyway. I kept on failing a lot of them. But I'm gonna try and find that trailer where we talked about, and I think there was a few problems because the HD camera had issues with audio. But I'm gonna try and find that. But we can't film in that location because new people moved into that location, so we can't film that. But we can film where we're at the Gamers Challenge Studios. And if we have time, if there's no one around, we can actually go up to a location where we were going to film, but due to timing and all that, we couldn't use that location to film. As far as the one that we did film in the woods, sadly that footage doesn't exist anymore, and I have no idea where that trailer is. Because I think that was on the Resident Studio stuff, and all that is gone, so I don't need to go to that forest to film, which is good. But I'll film the location that we nearly did film for that one that's on this channel, where we filmed in my stepdad's place. Me and Chris talking, and I think at the time Chris had a problem with his tooth, so he was holding his face a bit. I had this weird feeling, it's called summer or, something syndrome. But no, it's like something, from my past. Oh, someone we know. Fourth wall break, and then we filmed down the side of the house, and we had the flashback sequence from the old challenge, the first ever trailer we made. We had some flashbacks. Oh, flashback within a trailer. We're really putting some effort into this. But try and find that one and see what we can do with that one. One, we can't go to one location, but hopefully we can film the location where we were going to film, but we ran out of time and didn't think it would fit. And back when we filmed this, I didn't have the time or the editing equipment to film in the area, to put a scene where there's a load of zombies blocking the way. But we'll film at the location that we were going to film in, hopefully. But that's coming soon. But other than that, that's the only kind of vloggy style stuff we're doing. But we'll work on other stuff soon. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you enjoy our new stuff that we'd be doing, podcasting and all that. Hopefully you enjoy the light that's on the camera now. Well, it's not on the camera, it's in front of the camera. It's a ring light and it projects on my face, so it looks a bit more better. And hopefully by the next time you see me on here, or whenever this video goes up, we'll be having a new webcam replacing this one, because this one's been playing up quite a lot, and as you can see, there's marks on, it's very, pixelated, glitchy, lines everywhere that I can see, and it keeps cutting out on here. So sometimes I load it, it'll be just a picture, sometimes I load it, it'll be blank, and sometimes they'll have random lines across the screen. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what's wrong with this camera, but I think it's finally dying. So to the point where it needs replacing, and I'm going to replace it, because I've got one on order, just got to go and collect it, and hopefully things go well. Hopefully this ring light will work very well with the PlayStation 4 camera, because we'll be setting that up for the Sunday stream. There might be a chance of me doing a Saturday stream, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I might just focus on just recording a lot of content whilst I'm off work for the day, and see what we can get out. I'm going to try and set up the green screen so I can do some green screen shoots and see what we can do with some effects, with cutting, me standing in front of a green screen, and see what we can do. Boost up my skills on my editing, and and see how well things go, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will be doing a talk video on my whole Little Bit Story thing, going in depth on character, backtracks, stories and everything, and give you an update on what's happening with the audiobook on that soon, as well as the big announcement that yours truly, Resdan, is officially, if you can read it, no, it's censored it. See what I mean? It picks up, it just gives you random stuff all the time. But if you can read that, can you bring it back a bit? You know what this is. Yeah, as you can see in the camera, it plays up badly, but Pfizer, I'm fully vaccinated. And that's my vaccination passport. So that's all I needed to show. If anybody asks if I've been fully vaccinated or anything, that's my card. So yeah, I'm fully vaccinated, even though I wasn't sure to do it and I didn't want to, but I felt catch-22. I felt forced, but at the same time, seeing now the Delta variant was spreading very quickly, I thought, well, it's time to protect everybody. And I had a think, and I wanted to make sure that the family's protected. I don't care about people who are against it. I don't care if people are against the mask wearing, or against with the conspiracy. As long as I'm not part of the cause of the spread of the virus and just part of the protecting the family, that's all that matters to me. I'm only protecting my family. I don't care if you don't want to protect me, but long as you know you're safe around me. If you can't be bothered wearing your face mask, if you if for those who do wear face masks, so sorry, straight. Those are exempt. I can then just go, yep, you're exempt because there's good reason for that. But for those who are not, who sit there and take their masks off and sitting there laughing and not fully vaccinating yourself or keeping yourself safe and others safe, then I don't care about you. All I care about is people that keep us all safe and, try and not read into this rubbish and just keep everybody safe. That's all we can do right now. I mean, I don't care if you believe the government behind it all. I don't care. As long as, you do what you want to do, that's all that matters. But I know I've done the right thing to keep the whole family safe. And anybody who's vulnerable, I'm keeping safe because I know I'm vaccinated. And I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I know I'm vaccinated. So at least I'm keeping the people that I work around safe. I'm keeping the family safe. If they don't want to keep me safe, well, not family, I mean if people that come in the shop or walk around the public and don't want to keep me safe, at least one thing, they know that they're safe because I'm fully vaccinated and they're not. And I can go into places with my little passport that you'll be refused if they bother in Wales. Anyway, enough of that boring rant that no one cares about and YouTube hate apparently, but at least you know one thing in this update. As of August the 16th, that's when I got my second vaccine jab. You know from August 16th that I have been fully vaccinated. I've had my second jab and my arm hurts like buggery still, but at least I don't have to worry about dying from COVID. At least I have my immunity built up, because a lot of people say, oh, I've got God to protect me, I've got, I'm healthy. Healthy people have died, people who believed in God died, so yeah, okay, a lot of people died from the vaccine, but some haven't. I would rather take the vaccine than get COVID and end up in hospital, So that's my point now. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, share to your friends on social media. All my social media is in the description below. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Spam that comment section with good, positive feedback. Catch you all, the Game Bro Studio fans, in the next one. Dismissed.